It is my privilege to present the following program that was inspired by the way American businesses and organizations have responded to the events of September 11th. It's part of a special series produced by Heartbeat of America called Keeping America Strong. Each program spotlights a business or organization that is helping to do exactly that, keep America strong. Having served in the United States Navy for many years, I fully appreciate the important role small and middle-sized businesses play in the very fabric of our country, and I salute the professionals who lead these companies and thus keep America strong. They are the very backbone of our free enterprise system, and today on this program, you will meet the individuals behind one such organization. I'll be back later in the program to introduce the Keeping America Strong Award. And now, let's learn more about the organization we are honoring today.
Today, the eyes and ears of the 21st century are focused on new developments, new technologies, new emerging companies. We're on the scene to bring it to you as it happens.
We anchor from our new studios in Los Angeles and then go out all over America to get to the heart of the story.
I'm Bert Tenzer.
I'm Bella Shaw.
I'm Doug Llewellyn.
I'm William Shatner, and this is Heartbeat of America. Our show focuses on corporate America, its stories, its drama, its breakthroughs. We'll be going out today to report on an organization that is impacting our lives and shaping our future. An organization that truly is the heartbeat of America.
In the 20th century, a group of future Americans led by William Shatner ventured out into the universe. The challenge? To take the American spirit and courage to the final frontier of man, outer space. It was an exciting time on television, but it was only a fantasy.
Meanwhile, here on the planet Earth in the 21st century, a new challenge has emerged. And this one's for real. It's the challenge to unite America and to keep our economy and our country moving forward.
This has inspired Heartbeat of America to launch a special series entitled Keeping America Strong.
In the 20th century, William Shatner took us off on a voyage into the universe to experience what life is like on other planets. But now, here in the 21st century, he's back to explore what life is like right here on our own planet. Now, this is all part of a new series that we call Keeping America Strong. And as you know, part of Keeping America Strong lies in helping America's businesses to move forward and to expand their sales. And in order to achieve that in today's world, the owners and the leaders of businesses need to have a better focus on their marketing, on their sales problems, on their operational issues, their financial problems, and of course, their employees. And that's not easy, and they need all the help they can get. Well, our guest today is providing that help, and he's providing a lot more with a unique coaching service that is helping to create success on a consistent basis for companies located literally all over the United States. And we're about to find out just how he goes about doing it. It's very interesting because he is the founder and the CEO of a company called Business Coach Alliance Incorporated, or BCA for short. His name is Stephen Keogh, and he's headquartered in Los Angeles. Stephen, welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, John.
Tell me a little bit, what are the major problems that so many businesses have today that really makes them require the need for someone who provides the service that you do?
Well, frequently businesses have vision problems, not clearly understanding what they want to do, and commitment issues as well. And in specifics, the marketing, sales, operations, and finance areas are challenges for them as well. And then when you add the employees to that, it gets even more difficult.
And when you say employees, what really does that encompass?
Well, teamwork and selecting the correct employees from the hiring process to begin with.
Right.
The United States Department of Labor states that most people that hire typically have a 14% chance of getting that right. So that's one specific area that we would help them in and actually bring that up to 75%.
Well, you know, this all brings up an interesting question because it sounds to me a lot like what you're saying is something that companies would hire a consultant to come in and do, or they could do that. Mm-hmm. So the question is, what's the difference between a coach and a consultant?
Well, typically with a consultant, they're advising you what to do or telling you what to do per se. With coaches, we believe that owners and managers and employees have the answers in their makeup, and we just pull those from them.
All right, so the next question, and this is the key one, what is your background as a coach that gives you the credibility to make me want to listen to you and act on what you tell me?
Well, I've been a coach for 15 years, and I'm certified. Also have an MBA.
I didn't even know that you could be certified as a coach.
Oh, sure you can.
What, you're certified as a business coach?
As a business coach. I'm
Okay.
actually a master certified business coach, which means I've coached for more than 20,000 hours.
I'll be doggone. Who certifies you?
Well, there are various organizations, 12 actually. So
Really?
yeah, and we actually now, because I train coaches to be coaches, I'm actually certifying coaches as well.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
How do you begin with a new client? You know, a client calls you in. Obviously, he's got problems of one sort or another, or he wouldn't call you. So what happens?
Well, we don't know the exact problem that they have. So we begin with a complimentary business diagnostic, and we shoot that to them by email or fax and ask them to return it to us to see if we can, in fact, help. We don't just
And what
take
is
an
that
engagement.
diagnostic?
It's 20 questions asking them fairly typical problems that business owners are up against. And from their answers, we can determine whether we'll have the right fit or not to make a difference and give them some results.
And I guess one of the key things that you have to determine before you take that job is the president of this company that you're going to help coach, is he susceptible to being coached? Is he willing to be coached?
That's very true. Some folks are not coachable, and inside that diagnostic, we have a brief phone conversation to go over the things that we find in the diagnostic, but also to see if there's any chemistry between the coach, sometimes that's me, sometimes it's one of my coaches, I have many across the country, and to determine if that chemistry is there or not.
So once you've determined that and you've said, okay, he's willing to be coached, he's got problems, we can help, then what happens?
Well, we have a proven curriculum. It's a 420-page workbook that we use as a supplement in coaching. It's broken into 12 different chapters, and we bring our clients along the process from chapter 1 right through chapter 12. And of course, they have their coach with them at all times in their coaching sessions as well.
But I mean, are these coaching sessions? It's kind of like going to see a psychiatrist, right? Is he sitting on the couch and you're sitting there talking to him? What?
You know, it's funny. There is an element in coaching of life issues showing up as well. So in an actual coaching session, you never know what you're actually going to deal with. But because we're trained and we have the experience, we've broken our coaching sessions down into portions that actually allow us to help them with the things that are blocking them. We call that a clearing. And then we actually move into the curriculum once we're able to get past whatever's sort of blocking them.
I don't want to go through the curriculum right now, but in essence, what are you actually doing? You're just talking and exploring with him all avenues of his business?
We do, and we're looking for potential problems that they have or repetitive problems that they haven't been able to get rid of.
And is it just the president of the company, or are there others involved?
We generally start with ownership. Sometimes it's presidents, partners, directors, things of that nature. But we often get invited to speak to managers and sometimes even key employees. But we do begin with owners.
Now, obviously, you could do this long distance on the telephone basis. You could be in California,
Correct.
and your client could be in New York.
Right.
But the big advantage, as I gather from you, is you got to do this face to face. Right?
We find it more effective to do it face-to-face, and that's why we are a nationwide company with offices in Boston, Dallas, and Los Angeles. Phone would work, but we just feel that one of the differentiators for us is to be face-to-face.
All right. Tell me a little bit about the coaches that you have. What does it take to be a good coach?
While there are a number of skills, of course, on the business side, we want extensive business experience. Our senior coaches have usually 15 years or more experience, and our associate coaches that work underneath the senior coaches have between 5 and 10 years of experience as well. Many of them have MBAs, some have PhDs. One coach is a writer for Inc. magazine. We have a couple of professors that are on board. We have some with background in psychology, so that if we feel like we get a little too far into the therapy, we can kind of gauge if we're over the line or whether or not we're actually in business coaching.
That's pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to take you through the list of the things that you discuss with them.
Sure.
The most common problem areas. What are they? There are 12 of them, right?
That's correct.
All right. Vision and commitment.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
Where it starts typically is the owner isn't crystal clear. They don't have clarity about what they want as a vision for their company. And without that clear vision, then it's very difficult to align everybody in the company behind that vision, particularly if it doesn't exist or if it's not clear.
He simply doesn't have goals for the company.
Doesn't understand maybe what 2 or 3 years is going to look like from now. They're firefighting day by day.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Marketing. What about that?
Well, marketing, it depends on which aspect. That's an elusive term. We specifically look at pre-approach systems, meaning to make sure that their marketing gets them enough new appointments so that the business can continue to grow. So we've set up a specific system to do that for them.
In other words, you're dealing, because their marketing department, it isn't inspired to do the job.
Or it may not be in existence in some of the smaller
They may not
clients
even
at
have
all.
one.
They,
That's
and may
pretty
not know
interesting.
how.
Sales, same thing as marketing, right?
Well, not really in our view. We've created a selling system called a sales octagon, and basically what that octagon is able to do is once someone has mastered the octagon, they will close 70% of their deals on the first appointment and leave with a check in hand. That's one of our guarantees. It takes a little time.
Guarantee it.
We guarantee it.
Wow.
It takes a little time to master that system, but
Yeah.
we guarantee that system works.
That's pretty cool. How about finances? You go into that with them in depth.
We do, in two ways. One, the reactive way, which just to make sure the business, when it takes its snapshots and looks at reports, what they're actually looking at makes sense. It's amazing how many business owners these days do not know how to read their own financial statements. And then in a second area, we go to proactive finance. Many just don't understand the formula for business success. They're going day by day just to survive and don't understand the formula to thrive.
Interesting. Business plan, that's another one.
Yeah.
Does every company have to have a business plan?
Well, the government says that 98% of businesses that fail do not have a business plan. What we find is 100% of them don't have a business plan.
No
Or if
kidding.
they do, there are thoughts in the owner's head, but very often they're jumbled.
Yeah.
So we give them an outline to follow, and we guide them through that process. And interestingly, we create a business plan in our 5th month of an engagement because many things change. Certainly the vision changes throughout our coaching. And then we sort of catch up to that when we run the business plan around the 5th month.
Leadership.
Fearless leadership.
Fearless leadership.
That's what's really needed today. Employees need to be led. And if they see that their owners or partners or directors aren't fearless, they're, how willing are they going to be to get behind that leadership?
Interesting, you said it's important for the owner or the president of the company to always be up, to look positive. That if he's down and grumpy and in a slump, it affects everybody down the line.
Yeah, it sure does. Culture in business is critical. We often tell the story of a company where everybody's up and the owner comes in a bad mood, and within minutes, the entire company is in a bad mood, and vice versa.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, you've got some people that feel like they're doing everything and accusing others of doing nothing.
Right.
Part of that, again, goes back to the vision. If the employees can't get in alignment with the programs, then the teamwork suffers from that.
The other key area, these are the key things, the most common problems. Hiring, firing, inspiring. I like that.
Right, very difficult, all three. Hiring very often is a 4-minute likability test.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and if they kind of look good and you like them, they get hired. Firing is difficult for most people. They have an emotional reaction to firing, and we like to think that people fire themselves, that we just get to tell them. So we try to make it okay and avoid any lawsuits and make sure that it's done properly. But the more important thing is inspiring. Finding the right people and then leading them based on a crystal clear vision and getting the team to produce. And when they do, when they get in alignment, they produce amazing results.
And then you deal with them on information technology, the big thing that's right now, infotech.
Right, that happens to be one of the closest things to my heart. I came from that background before starting my coaching company. So we just look to make sure that the information systems are invisible, meaning that if they're running properly, they're there and nobody knows they're there. They can't have downtime, they can't have errors, and have to make sure they're doing their backups and just routine maintenance.
And then you examine operations.
We do.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
That ends up analyze. We're just looking for ways to make them more productive or efficient, or the path of least resistance for ease of delivery.
Customer satisfaction.
Yeah, Ken Blanchard's book, Raising Fans, is the model that we look at. And you'll know if you have customer satisfaction by getting referrals and testimonial letters. If you don't have those, then something.
You got a problem.
You got a problem.
And finally, number 12 on this whole list, communication.
A big area. So one of the things, again, going back to vision, I keep going back there, but if people clearly understand the vision of the company, then they make their communications decisions based on whether or not what they're about to do is in alignment with that vision, or whether their meetings are in alignment with their vision and they're going to produce things or not from their communication.
And this is internal communication
Internal.
or external?
Internal
So everybody's on the same page.
You got it.
We have been watching the operations of an organization which is doing its part to keep America strong, and we've been learning from its leaders about what they're doing to help move our country forward. This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present our Keeping America Strong Award to Stephen Keogh, the CEO of Business Coach Alliance, Inc. of Los Angeles, for the outstanding work his company is doing to help keep America strong. Stephen, congratulations and best wishes for continued success.
Thank you, Doug. On behalf of everybody at Business Coach Alliance, especially our coaches, our existing clients, and our prospective new clients, we appreciate this. Thank you, and thank you for the work that you do to help people like us.
You're very welcome indeed.
Congratulations for earning the Keeping America Strong Award, which honors innovators and leaders like you who are the heartbeat of America.
Our thanks to retired Rear Admiral Kevin Delaney for taking part in the presentation of the Keeping America Strong Award, the award that salutes small to middle-sized organizations who are helping to move America forward.
For more information, visit the website businesscoachalliance.com.
That's it for Heartbeat of America's special edition, Keeping America Strong.
Now for a final word from William Shatner.
Well, that's it for this edition of Heartbeat of America. I'm William Shatner. Thanks for watching.